Kind of messed up here. I'm doubled up on Godzilla. I should have thought about that one and like put a Kong shirt on with the Godzilla jacket, because like currently this is a lot of Godzilla going on here. What's up, everybody? D-Man back. Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing another Godzilla vs Kong news and updates. Alright, we're going to be jumping into another Godzilla vs Kong news set. It's actually a pretty brisk one. We don't have a lot to cover here, and that feels a little nice, you know, because I've got a lot of news that I want to start doing again. So now that we're going to be jumping into news again, it's nice to start out slow with this one. I totally goofed, by the way. I do this out of order, so when I get to the SteelBook, I'm going to say something really stupid. I don't know who's producing the SteelBook. FYE is producing the SteelBook. It's going to be $18 and it's going to release in September 10th. Okay, I totally messed up that part of the video, so when I talk about that in 5 minutes, it's going to be totally, or 2 minutes, it's going to be totally weird, but Endorsu, it's a name that I say in a minute. It's not the company producing the SteelBook. That's FYE is producing the SteelBook. Godzilla vs Kong, there's this art picture that was done by this artist called Endorsu, and that's what I was trying to say, but I totally read the script wrong, and so I messed that up. I just want to clear that up now because I wanted to show off this art, and also I want to make it clear that FYE is producing the King Kong vs Godzilla SteelBook for $18, and now you can listen to that section of the video. Alright, kicking things off with a movie that came out like 50 plus years ago, 1962's King Kong vs Godzilla. I figured that still fits the Godzilla vs Kong realm enough to where I can talk about it here. Endorsus, I don't know how to say that company's name, but there's a new company producing a King Kong vs Godzilla SteelBook that will be released here in the United States, a Blu-ray SteelBook specifically. I'm actually kind of interested in this because it might contain the Japanese version along with the English version. Probably won't though, if we're being honest. It'll probably just be the English version, but even still, I'll probably get it just because I'm a completionist and I kind of want the SteelBook. Even though King Kong vs Godzilla is a movie I own about 5 times. I own it on VHS, I own it on DVD 2 or 3 times, and then I own it on Blu-ray once, so I own it a lot. And then I own the Japanese version on Blu-ray as well, so I own the movie a lot. And there's gonna be the big new Criterion collection that's gonna have the Blu-ray for King Kong vs Godzilla Japanese and English, so I might just wind up with like 12 different versions of this movie by the end of my life. But it's okay, I'm totally okay with that. It's my favorite movie, so that's alright. Anyways, this Blu-ray is set to release September 10th, so keep your eyes open for it, and I will be updating you guys on if it has the Japanese version as well as the English version here pretty soon. However, like I said, do expect it's just the English version because the Japanese version's rights here in America are pretty messed up. What's next? A new MonsterVerse mobile game was announced. There's very little information known about it. In fact, that's pretty much all the information we know about it, and I don't care. I don't play mobile games. I don't have any room on my phone. I don't have any storage on my archaic phone for it, first of all. Second of all, the most recent Godzilla mobile app that came out was not received well, and also, importantly, the previous MonsterVerse mobile games I did not like. I wasn't interested in them. I just don't care about this. Is it gonna have Kong in it? Is it just gonna be Godzilla? I don't know because we don't know anything about it yet, but I'll keep updating you guys as it gets closer to the release, and then we'll talk about it once it's out, and maybe I'll give it a shot. We'll see. But at the moment, it's just like, I'm not too hyped about that. Hong Kong! I've talked about this a little bit, but we really underplayed it on the channel. Hong Kong is supposedly gonna play a huge part in Godzilla vs Kong. We know they filmed in Hong Kong for a while. I just assumed that that was gonna be some backdrop location that we're gonna spend a little bit of time in and then keep moving, because that's kind of what the MonsterVerse does, right? It dips into other countries. Japan gets a cameo in Godzilla 2014. China, Bangkok, some other areas. Vietnam. Some areas were featured slightly in Kong Skull Island. I mean, Vietnam was filmed there a lot, yeah, because they turned it into Skull Island, but I mean the actual country, Vietnam, was only featured in the movie for a minute. So I just assumed Hong Kong was going to be the same and that the majority of the movie would take place here in America, but that does not seem like it's the case. Hong Kong seems like it's going to be a major backdrop for the movie, as they did a lot of shooting there, and a lot more rumors are coming out that there is going to be a lot going on in Hong Kong in the film. There's some rumblings on the internet that there's going to be major action scenes that take place there, so we might see Godzilla and Kong duke it out in Hong Kong based off what we've seen in filming, that will be a nighttime fight. So if anyone's looking for a daytime fight, you're probably not getting that in the Hong Kong fight. It'll be still interesting to see what happens though, because we also know that there's supposed to be a lot of filming going on in Florida, or a lot of footage that takes place in Florida, because we've seen a lot of Florida vehicles and everything else going on with the filming, even though it was filmed in other locations. So it seems like a lot of the movie is going to be set in Florida. Some of it might be set in Australia, probably not though. That seemed like, again, it was just used for filming. And then Hawaii was turned into Skull Island, we know that. So it'll be interesting to see what goes on with this movie and where it all takes place. And there's also rumors, you know, about like this other organization that might originate from Hong Kong or might originate from Florida, or we don't know. This might be called Apex. I'll probably do a discussion video on that coming up here soon, because you guys have just been flooding my comments about that lately. I've just seen a lot of that in the comments, so I figured I might talk about it because it might be worth looking into. I don't know where you guys are getting it from, but it might be worth looking into. I think the IMDb is what I've been told. Check IMDb, so I will do that. Back in June, CineEurop, which is a convention in Europe, and I have talked about this before, got an exclusive first look of Godzilla vs Kong. I just figured I'd reiterate it here because I've never really covered it as news, so I might as well do that now. Godzilla vs Kong is looking to retain its spring 2020 release date, which is good. We want that. We want it to stay where it is because I don't want to wait forever to get it. Other than if you push it back to August, do that one. Actually, I'm really okay with that. Put it back in August because there's very little competition there, and the movie will probably do stellar. Whereas now it's competing with some Disney movie, I forget. Some Disney movie that is probably going to do really well in China, because they always do. And that's not good because we need the MonsterVerse to do well in China. That's pretty much the thing that's been saving the MonsterVerse thus far. And so it's going to be a little scary if I think it's a Chinese Disney movie, right? I don't remember which one, but some Chinese Disney movie is going to come out that same month, and that is going to eat up the Godzilla vs Kong box office like crazy. But it's looking to retain that spring release date for the moment. March 11th is the international release date. March 13th is the US release date. I got a cool little quote linked down below. It's pretty old, but it's from Adam Wingard talking about how he wants to stay true to the source material for Godzilla vs Kong. He's referring to the MonsterVerse as well as King Kong vs Godzilla. He wants to stay true to the source material. That kind of, hopefully, fingers crossed, means that there won't be a team up, right? If he's staying true to the source material, there wasn't a team up in the original, so maybe he'll do the same here. He also says he wants to continue to evolve the characters. Now we know he's referring to Mark Russell, Madison Russell, the Chens, and Godzilla and Kong, of course. So he wants to evolve the characters that are returning from previous films. There is an extended Godzilla vs Kong banner. This was the original banner released months and months ago. Originally, it came out like a year ago. It was black and white. It was kind of leaked because it was in a behind-the-scenes picture, and we weren't probably supposed to see it, of King Kong about to deck Godzilla in the head. He's jumping in front of some city, now speculated to be Hong Kong by fans. So King Kong's about to punch Godzilla. They flipped the image, colorized it all crazy, re-released it officially as the first King Kong or Godzilla vs Kong banner, and then it was used at promotional places at conventions. Now we have an extended version of that banner, which isn't fully extended to the extent it was on the original release on the black and white picture, but it looks a lot better here, a lot more crisp here. You can see Godzilla and Kong going to fight. It's pretty interesting to note some of the details here. Godzilla has new dorsal fins, different from the 2019 dorsal fins, but still more similar to those than the 2014 ones. Kong is pretty sized up here. You can actually see his beard quite well in this image. He's pretty sized up here. As you can see, his head is significantly larger than Godzilla's. His hands are around the same size if you look at the other image, but it's pretty cool to see a much larger Kong about to punch Godzilla in the head. Some speculation on how tall Kong is going to be, because he's clearly leaping in this image. It puts him around, I'd say, 300 to 320 feet, somewhere around there. He's going to be up to Godzilla's shoulders, it seems like. It doesn't seem like he's going to be as tall, but he'll be close. Anyways, I think this image is awesome. It's great. Love the coloration here. Hope that's an indication of the color palette used in the movie, with a lot of blues and oranges to accent Godzilla and Kong solo movies. That'd be really cool. Gormoru Island, I love those guys. They actually did a colorized version of this banner, which is pretty sweet. It shows a colorized Godzilla fighting a colorized Kong. It's pretty cool. They did a great job with it. I'm not sure quite how they did it, but it looks really cool. So there you go. It's kind of a new banner, but at the same time, we've seen it months and months ago, so it's not all that new. But that's going to do it for the Godzilla vs Kong news for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. What do you guys think of the banner? What do you guys think of Hong Kong? Do you guys really think, is Hong Kong going to be the final stage for the final fight? I don't know. It might be. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. D-Man out.